Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV. It is match day and arguably the most important match in Tottenham's recent history for sure. And I'm sure people have been looking on Twitter and whatnot and seen the build-up that's going on. Apparently 10 to 15,000 Tottenham fans have turned out to welcome the team bus. This is a do or die game today. It's that important. And we thought we're not going to have therapy. We're going to do everything we can to pump you up ready for the big game at 2:15. And I'm joined, as always, by Jimbo, my partner in crime, and the wonderful Dermatron from THFC Till We Die. Jimbo, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling very confident. I no matter what I think about this game, I can't see how we're going to lose this game. I don't. At home, I think they're going to be up for it. They've started to play some decent football. I mean, the worst way for me it'd be a draw. I don't think we walk away losing today.
Well, we cannot lose. It's not even an option. Dermatron, how are you doing? How are you feeling today?
As I said to you, a bit nervous, but we can't lose. We're not losing today. We're a Tottenham Hotspur. We're the biggest team in the land, and we're staying up. We're going to put Forest to the sword, and we're going to put that little fat Greek fella who keeps sacking managers like he's playing Monopoly. We're going to put him down into the Championship
where they belong.
I'm glad you never said that little fat Maltese fella. I've got a bit paranoid.
No, I did say Greek, Jim. Sorry, anyone that's Greek.
Welcome to everyone coming into the channel. Please do smash a like and subscribe as well. And a big up to Keith George, who has become a new member over on We Are Tottenham TV. Big up to you. Look, I think it's a game where it's all going to be about the fight today, Jimbo, and the desire to win. And Tottenham have been criticised of late for not having that, or they had been until we had the Liverpool and the second leg of Atletico Madrid. Are you feeling more confident and more positive now that Tudor is getting more out of this team and we do have this sort of fight in the team to get out of this?
Yeah, can I just ask, where are we? Are we in our channel or are we in the other channel?
We're on both. We're on both. Right. We're streaming on both.
All right. Yeah, of course he has. He's good. Look, I've been saying since he come in, right? It was never going to be a quick fix. He was never going to walk in and beat Arsenal, right? You're right, Leo. He was never going to walk in and smash Fulham, right? I said it would take a few games. Now, I think we could have beat Palace if Van der Ven hadn't got sent off. I was very convinced we could beat Palace, but it took him a few games to get into it. It was always going to take him a few games, Kate. He was never going to walk in and hit the ground running with this squad, the way we were depleted with injuries, the way their confidence was down. It was just never going to happen. Look, we had a good game against Liverpool, which I thought we was the better team. We beat Atletico, which we was the better team. So let's crack on from there. He's got to grips with it now. You know, and we'll see today if he has got to grips with it or not.
Yeah, I mean, Dermot, do you agree with Jim? I've got to be honest and say Igor Tudor's really growing on me. I really am starting to like this guy. I mean, what's your thoughts on him?
Look, I don't like the guy. Never have, never will. I just think he's not cut out, but he's managing my football club. And, of course, he gets my full support until otherwise. But Jim's right. You look at the Liverpool game. I said it last week after that draw. I said it on my channel. We're staying up. That game gave me all the confidence I needed to know we're not going down. And I think the game against Atletico was probably one of our best games this season. I thought Xavi was good. I thought Archie Gray was exceptional. I thought Papa Sarr was quite good in the game, though a lot of people said he wasn't. I thought he was. And you know what? Today is so important that we go out there with that same momentum. Romero's got to lead by example. Van der Ven has got to be steady at the back. Don't play a back three, Tudor. Play a back four. Back threes don't work. Go for a back four. And I think we got this Forest team's number. I don't think they're playing well at the moment. They've had 100 shots and only scored 1 goal. So, do you know what I mean? And yes, and they played Thursday as well. We've had an extra day's rest. I know to a lot of people that doesn't mean anything, but that means everything. And we also played at home. There was no travelling involved. So we'd be a bit fresher than Forest. But yeah, with them fans behind us, White Hart Lane buzzing, You know, there's no better place I'd rather be, and there's no better team that's going to win today.
Dermot, let me ask you a question. Say we have a really good end to the season under this guy, and we really look good, and they give him the job. Would you be disappointed?
I probably would be, Jim, if I'm being honest. I mean, I always like the idea of Poch coming back or somebody coming in. I don't think this manager is for a full season. I think he's a firefighter, and I think that's what he is. His job's to come in. I would be disappointed if they gave it to him full time, but I wouldn't put anything past this board. I wouldn't put anything past this board if he has a good end to the season and we win 6 out of our last 8 games, and they say, yeah, we've announced him as our new manager. I'm thinking really, but it is what it is. But no, I don't want him as a new manager, Jim, if I'm being honest. Who would you like to go, guys?
Just quickly, I can share this because it's the boys. It's Ben and Sim are broadcasting live as well from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and as you can see, the crowds are unbelievable. Waiting for the team bus to come through. Do you know what? We're a how can I word this? We're a fan base that's often divided, Jimbo. But this is so nice to see all the fans together for a needed build up, for a pump up to welcome the players and show, do you know what? No matter what, we're with you guys. Are you surprised at the huge numbers that have turned out?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I've seen people this week saying, look, there'll be a lot of people there. Why don't they turn up for to protest? But people don't. There's the majority of fans don't want negativity, Kate. They want positivity, right? And it's just the way of life. Percentages are on the positive side of people wanting their life, right?
Yeah,
and that's why there's more turned out than there would be for a protest. They're having a drink, they're having a laugh, they're all happy, they're cheering, they're singing, right? If you go to a protest, you're singing shit songs about the club, about the ENIC, and they might be true, the songs, right? But it's not what people want in their life. This is what they want, you know. That's it. They want to go there and be happy and enjoy it, and lift up the players. You know, put it in their head. This is so important to us.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I think, you know, let's be fair, life's tough. I mean, I saw Denzel say we can't go missing like that. I've been really unwell with my fibro, and life is difficult and it gets you down. And people go to the football, whether you think it's right or wrong, people go to the football for that bit of escapism, to enjoy 90 minutes of football, to feel like you're part of a big family. And that's what football should be. And I think when you watch this and you see 10, 15,000 people come out to see the team bus, you realise that actually the match-going fans don't feel the same as some of the fans that are online, because there's such a big thing about ENIC out and all this online, whereas the fans that go to the matches don't go to the protests. I think it's just how it is.
Kate, it's their prerogative. It's their prerogative to do that if they want to do that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's just, you can't moan at them, you know. If they don't want to go to a protest and be negative, that's down to them, you know. They still might not like ENIC, and they missed that. I would probably say 90% of them hate what ENIC's doing, but they don't want negativity in their life, and it's exactly what you just said. There's probably not a family out there, right, that hasn't got some sort of problem in their life, be it money, be it illness for one of the family, and this to them is an escape, you know. And I'm 100% behind it, you know. I love seeing this, all these people out there cheering on our club. Our badge, I haven't got the badge on. I said I wouldn't wear his Tottenham shirt till we win in another game, so I haven't worn one for months.
And I think this is the bus coming down now, isn't it? If I'm right,
it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
this will give players so much inspiration. This really will give them some inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, look at them; they love them. All the shit we've had this season. Right, all the shit we've had this season, and how bad we've seen these guys play, and look at our fans out there cheering them on. You know, proper fans, Kate, proper fans.
Do you know what, guys? This is
Yeah,
what I keep saying at my channel. This is what it means to be a Tottenham fan.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
go through every season. We go through the ups and downs. It's a football season. But you're right. I mean, look, there's many, like, I know, Kate, you suffer with your fibro. I suffer with my back and with my, I got other illnesses I suffer with as well. And you're right. This is our escape. This is where we escape to every other Saturday or every other Sunday. And I think Jim is right when he says that fans don't want negativity. We've got enough going on, losing every week. We don't
Yeah.
want that. Had more to it. And I think Change for Tottenham took a very brave decision to do this. And I do know what I had Billy on last night, and I said, fair play to you. Fair play to him, because they could have quite easily have done nothing. But they took the bold decision. This is what we're going to do. I've been calling it for the last month to have an Everton style. We need to go do what Everton did. And I'm glad they did. And I'm glad the fans turned out. And this is what we need. This is what the players need. This is what we need. We need this. We want to go. If we are going to go down, let's go down bloody fighting with everything. And then at the end of the season, if we do go down, we can look back and say, do you know what? We gave it our all. We're coming back, but we're not going down. So
we've got to put our dislike for Enoch, for Vinay, for Lange aside. Right, we've got a massive battle ahead, and we can't be in the battle because we're the fans. We just watch them and cheer them, right? So we can do our bit like they're doing, like we're doing now on here. You know, bigging them up, and it's down to the footballers to do the fighting. You know, we're just in the background cheering them on. So what they've done there for me is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm behind it 100%.
Yeah, I agree. And if I'd have felt better, I think we would have tried to go. But unfortunately, I could not be standing around anywhere at the minute. But look, I think the thing is, managers come and go, the boards, you know, owners will come and go, but the fans will always be there. And you know what? I don't care if people say it's toxic positivity or whatever they want to say. I love my club. I'm not one that's ever going to be a big protester. That's just me personally, because I just think it doesn't particularly work. However, when I see things like this, it makes me so proud to be a Tottenham fan. Everyone coming together and cheering on the lads. And that must be such a boost when they drive that bus through, to see all those fans with their flares singing. You know, it's got to be a mentality boost. And also Forest coming in as the away the away team must also feel a little bit of intimidation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, look, there's 15, what's there, 10, 15, 20,000.
Well, Luke from Spotlight on Spurs has said to me there's at least 15,000 here.
Right, so there's at least 15,000. So you're going to go into a stadium now, right, with 63,000 fans, right, lifting the roof off the place. So imagine how it's gonna that extra bit that definitely helps them. You know, they said the other day when they won against Atletico, the fans give them that extra bit of strength at the end, and it will do.
And Dermot, to be fair, it's like I was talking to Sean about it yesterday. Matt, look, I'm going to bar you because this is a Tottenham chat. You come in here and you're trying to be funny and you're really not. So go and concentrate on your own gooners and leave us to support Spurs. Thank you. But I was going to say to you, I was talking to Sean and I said, Sean, what do you really think about it? And he said, at the end of the day, why not? You know, anything that we can try and do, it can't do any harm. And that's surely how we got to think.
It is. I agree. We've got to do something, anything. We've got to do something to get some motivation. And the players will see this today and think, do you know what? We can do this, lads. They believe in us. And that's what it is. There's been so much divide between the players and the fans this season, either from stupid quotes or misquotes or whatever. And I understand we've all been frustrated with the season. I get it. It's not been the season we wanted. And I know that. But our love for Tottenham must come more than that. We'll always have bad seasons. We'll always have good seasons. But this is so important that we stick together. And I think the players will see that today. And I think, again, as I said, Change for Tottenham, I think they did the right thing. In the long run, I think this will help Change for Tottenham. I think in the long run, I think fans will start to see, do you know what? They're not just a protesting outfit. They do care about the football club. And I think
Yeah.
along the line, when this is all died down and we do start protesting again, you may find the people that didn't want to protest may now come and protest because of what they're seeing, what's happening. And I think I've seen a lot of people criticize this and saying it's not good. And I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, we need to be relegated for this and that happened. I think it's a load of BS, in my opinion. I think the best thing we can do is to stay up this season. And if we want to do something with the owners, do it with from within the Premier League. But big up the change for Tottenham. And I agree with Sean. Let's do it. And I agree with it 100%.
Can I just say, Kate, the 99.9% of Tottenham fans, right, will always, their love will always outdo their hate for ENIC. Their love for Spurs will always outdo their hate for ENIC. What was that last message you was pointing at?
Hey, Pert, I've been watching all Spurs podcasts, this first channel that has shown what fans should be doing right now. Just support the team. Well done, you three. True Tottenham supporters. Great show. I just think fans have got a role to play in it as well. Look, the team is out. It's we got Vicario in goal, probably the last game, I think, before he has his surgery. Danso, Richarlison, Tell, Gray, Romero, Solanke, Porro, Spence, Sarr, Van der Ven. And on the bench, we've got Kinski, Dragushin, Paulinia, Xavi, Udogi, Bergval, Gallagher, Souza, and Kolo Muani. Now,
can you read the team out once more, Kay?
Yeah, Vicario in goal, Danso, Richarlison, Tell, Gray, Romero, Solanke, Porro, Spence, Sarr, and Van der Ven.
Thank you.
Now, I've already seen someone, Ronnie in the chat, say, no Xavi, what a disgrace. It's very difficult to drop Tell out of the starting lineup after the way he performed. And Gray, another one. How do you drop Gray after he performed like he did against Atletico Madrid? Sarr was very good against Atletico Madrid. I mean, Dermot, what's your first thoughts on that match? And do you think like not having Xavi is a massive mistake, or are you pleased with the team selection?
I would have picked Xavi. I understand the argument that you can't drop Tell. I do get it, and I think there's value to that argument. But I thought Xavi played so well the other night. I thought that's first goal he scored, the one touch between him, Gray, and Sarr. They connected so well together. Look, I get it. He hasn't. If he had the kudos available, then I think Xavi would have started. But I think we're so light on the wings as well. I think that's why he has to play Tell. And nobody deserves to be dropped. That's the problem. Tell doesn't deserve to be dropped. Xavi doesn't deserve to be dropped. And you can't fit anyone. But I think what he's doing, drop Xavi, bring him on with an hour to go if we need a goal or something like that. I'm a bit worried he's gone 3 at the back. I did my predicted lineup yesterday and I went with 4. I am very worried unless he's gone 3 at the back because I've said unless you're playing Van der Ven left back, but he's got Spence and Porro there. I'm very worried he's gone with this 3-4-3 again. It doesn't work. It's a strong lineup. It is, and it's a lineup I think I know that will win today, but I'm just a bit nervous of this 3 at the back. I'm glad to see Richie back as well. Great to see him back, giving up the shithousery up front and getting the goals for us. And I'm glad he stayed with Vicario. We know he's got a hernia. We know he's going to be missing. But I would have been really worried if we started Kinski today. But let's pray to the gods that Vicario doesn't injure himself more in the game, that we have to bring Kinski on. And he's playing Solanke. So he's playing Richie on the left. He's playing Tell on the right and Solanke up front.
Yeah.
Ooh. Intruder we trust, I suppose.
I'm quite pleased with the lineup. I know there is the argument for 3 at the back, 4 at the back. I get it. But I mean, Jimbo, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, Danso for me had to play today alongside Romero, Van der Ven. It's a strong back. Obviously, no Gallagher, no Paulinia, but there's been really good performances the last couple of weeks. So it's difficult to drop players when they've performed really well.
Look, my position on it is it's a good team out there, right, and they're all playing decent football the last couple of games, and we've got the main thing for me is we've got a strong bench, right? So he can bring Xavi on, he can bring Paulinho on. It was Gallagher on there.
Yeah, Bergval's on the bench. Udogi, another one on the bench. Gallagher, Souza, Mawani. We've got
It's
a
the best
very
bench
good bench. Yeah,
it's the best bench I can remember all season. Let alone. So look, the players are coming back, right? It's not. It's for me. It's a team that can beat Forest for sure. I personally, if I'd have picked the team, I'd have had Xavi in there, right? But he hasn't put him in. But he's on the bench. He can bring him on if we need him, to change things up. So look, I'm happy. I'm just happy to see a decent team on the pitch and a decent bench. That just fills me with confidence.
Thing is with Xavi, he absolutely was outstanding. I mean, he got player of the match midweek against Atletico Madrid, but I think it's fair to say he is more suited to European football at the moment. His physicality is not as strong as some Premier League players. However, I do think that's improving. But I mean, I get the argument for people wanting Xavi. I love Xavi Simons, but I think to have him on the bench to come on as a super sub is a really good option to have.
Yeah.
But and Tell, I think Tell needs a good run. The only thing I will say, what I got from the Atletico Madrid game was that partnership between Tell and Simons really looked like it was developing. So it's a shame we're not going to see that. But of course, we also don't know whether Xavi's got a little knock or whether he's knackered. And as Uncovered Heart said, he's had his best performances coming off the bench most of the time. So
yeah.
But the Forest team, I'll share that as well, just so everyone can see who they've got out there. Let's get rid of that. They have got Sells in goal, Williams, Murillo, Sangare, Hudson-Odoi, Anderson, Gibbs-White, Jesus, Hutchinson, Milenkovic and Aina. And on the bench, they've got Ortega, Morato, Awania, Ndoi, Dominguez, Yates, McAtee, Nets, and Bakwa. A lot of people, have said it's written in the stars that Morgan Gibbs-White will score today. Do you believe in that, or do you think it's just mumbo jumbo?
Hell yeah, I believe in it. Of course he's going to score against today. I mean, who thought Eze wasn't going to score against us when he did? Of course it's written in the stars. I should go down to the bookies and stick a $5 on him scoring and it being called offside. May I add.
Maybe he won't want to score. Maybe he wants to come to Tottenham and he thinks if we stay up and they go down, he can come.
Well,
maybe score an own goal, Jim. Maybe that's it. Score an own goal. Go on MGW. Score an own goal. Look, it's a good side. Look, there's players like Anderson, Hodgson, Odoi as well, Gibbs White, Hutchinson. There's a few players that I do worry about. Jesus hasn't scored actually up front for a long while for Forest, so I think that's a good thing. But yeah, Gibbs White does just run that midfield, doesn't he? He pulls the strings, and I think he will be sort of motivated today to do something. But I just think our midfield's too strong. You get Archie Gray against him, he's just going to battle. He's just going to put him in his pocket, walk away, and hide him. I think we've got a better midfield. In the last time we played them, their midfield overrun us. And I said it then, it was down to the midfield. I think it's the same thing today, but I think we've got a stronger midfield today. I think Archie Gray's in great form, Sarr as well. Just very quickly on our side, I would have put Paulinho in today. I think just for that little bit of extra bite in midfield. I just feel there's a bit more in the Forest midfield. There's a little bit more bite in there. And I think when you're in a relegation battle, yes, you want your players, but you want that player who's going to put your boot in and do the Graham Roberts type doing, or like we've had in the past, Dave Mackay and players like that. I think he should have started him today. But I think this team and this midfield, I think this is going to run over Forest like a steam train. We're going to roll over them. There's no way they're beating us today. No bloody way they're beating us today.
When you think about it and you think, I've watched the highlights a few times at the Atletico game. Gray was absolutely outstanding. He was absolutely outstanding. If we can get him playing like that week in, week out, we've got an absolutely fantastic player there.
Yeah, but Jim, you can't rate him too much because you get accused of bigging up our players and whatnot. So you can't give him flowers.
I rate who I want, how I want. Simple as that.
You're just full of toxic positivity, Jimbo. You're a disgrace. How dare you give any of our players flowers? Just touching on Archie Gray a second. This was what's going on? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I'm good at doing things like that. So blonde. This was his heat map against Atletico Madrid. And he literally was frigging everywhere. I mean, Dermot, how impressed are you with this kid? Because I've got to be honest and say I was one of the ones who was like, I'm not sure he is ready. I think he might need a loan. And now he's smashing it out the park.
I knew he had it in him. I knew he was the player we thought he was. He comes from good pedigree. You look at his father and his grandfather, both really good midfielders. So he comes from good stock. And it always about playing him in the right position, wasn't it? Last year, he played as centre back, he played as left back, he played as a left winger or whatever. You play him in his position, and this kid will show you what he's all about. And he's doing that. He's getting run of games as well, consistently in the side. And he's shown us what he's capable of. And yeah, I think for me with UK, I think I did say at the start of the season, I know that my co-hosts were saying that maybe a loan would be good. We pay too much for him. Maybe a loan would be a good move for him. This lad just showed what he's all about. And you look at that hit touch map. Somebody called him Gascoigne in my watch along on Wednesday. He was everywhere. He just wanted the ball. And I remember Gaza doing the same thing. Gaza was everywhere. He just wanted the ball. And I'm not saying Archie Gray's another Gascoigne. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying the way he makes himself available, a bit like Xavi as well, always in the space, always wants the ball, wants to start something. And you look at Xavi's first goal, the connection between him, Son, Xavi, that little one-touch football, he's got the talent. And you look at that, I mean, he was everywhere. And I think we've really got a star on our hands here. We've got such a good young side. We just need the right manager to guide us, the guide us in the right direction. And then whoever comes in, Archie Gray, there's your future captain.
Yeah.
There is your future captain.
Yes, Jim did get a prediction right. He got 1-1 against Liverpool. And I would like to point out that as his wife, I have not heard the end of it ever since he got that right. He literally is. I think he's been telling the neighbours. I think I saw some signs posted to trees saying, you know, where you have missing cat. It actually says Jimbo got a prediction right. So yeah, he did.
I saw it on the news over here, Kate.
There you go.
Actually on RTE News over here. He was interviewed. I mean, it's big news over here in Ireland, Jim getting it right. He's famous over here.
Another player, Jimbo, that I wanted to touch on is someone that I'm very vocal about, or have been in the past, and I get told I'm quite harsh on him, and that's Richarlison. But if I had a scenario where I wanted to build a team to fight a relegation battle, out of all the Tottenham players we've got, he'd be one of the first ones I'd want in my corner. How important is Richarlison going to be? Not only for his shithousery, because we all know he's that, but his work rate and the fact he's finding the back of the net. He's our top goal scorer this season.
Yeah, massively important, Kay, because he does pop up with goals. You just look. When we drew with Liverpool, right? I was watching all the Liverpool supporters on YouTube crying after, and every one of them said they just knew Richarlison was going to score against them. He just gets himself in them positions. He's good in the air. I mean, he nearly scored with his head from the edge of the box. I mean, he's just he is a player that will, when you need him, be there. And he's not playing today. He's on the bench, isn't he?
No, Richie's playing.
Oh, is he? I didn't see. The
team's at the bottom, so you can see it clearer. Vicario, Danso, Romero,
right.
Spence, Gray, Sarr, Porro, Tell, Solanke, Richie.
Yeah, he's a player. I mean, you know what I think about him. I like Richie. I know he has some bad games for us and doesn't turn up some games, but I just like him. I can't help it. I love his passion for the club. He's got passion, and he takes it onto the field, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. So how can you not like him?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Dermot, what's your thoughts on Richie? Because like I say, I'm normally the one who slags him off.
Look, I love Richie. I just love his shithousery. I do. I don't think he's the great striker in the world. I think we can all agree he is no Harry Kane or he is no big number 9. But if you want a player in there that's been there and done it, and he has been there with Everton, that has the experience of being in a relegation fight, knows what to do, knows the shithousery, knows how to wind up opposition players, then Richie is your man. And I love him for it. I feel like he's one of us. I feel if he
Yeah.
wasn't a footballer, he'd be a bit like Lucas Moura. He'd be a Spurs fan in the stands shouting for us. I don't know what it is about these Brazilians and Tottenham, but they seem to love our club to death, and it's great to see it. And I love Richarlison. Yeah, he's not the greatest striker, but I just love him for who he is. Just keep doing what you're doing, Richie. But he is our top goal scorer.
He is. He is. And I kind of agree with this. He's kind of like Lamella, not the best, a little bit injury prone, but works hard and has that occasional flash of mad brilliance. I think that sums him up perfectly, actually. And I always loved Lamella. So look, we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him to play well today. Also, you know, I've just been looking at the group. A lot of people moaning still about Xavi, but we was talking, Jimbo, about Sarr and the fact that it kind of goes. I mean, Danny says no, Xavi's a criminal decision, but super sub. I'm just going to say super sub. Sarr kind of goes under the radar because he's like a little bee. He just goes about doing what he has to do. Do you think he's earned his place today?
Well, look, I'm not Sarr's greatest fan. You know that. I think he played well the last game, but it depends what Sarr turns up. You know, that's for me. But look, at the end of the day, Tudor's picked his team, and I'm going to respect that. And it's what I said is he's been in a position before where, and Frank was as well, where they never had a choice of who they played and where they played them, right? Because they were so short on players, and now we've got a really strong bench. So I'm just going to trust Tudor. Tudor knows what he's doing, and has picked the right team. So I'm not disappointed Sarr's in there. I would love to have seen Xavi play today because he played so well the other day. But maybe it's the ace up the sleeve we need if we're struggling going into the second half.
Yeah, a lot of people are suggesting it is going to be a 4-4-2. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to speculate because I don't think you ever really know what he's going to do. Another one, Dermatron. Obviously, Romero, Van de Ven have been very good, but they have made me nervous the past couple of weeks with Romero's bozo moment where he was banned for 4 matches and then Van de Ven getting himself sent off. Danso, for me, is a real... I mean, I've been impressed with Deguchi in the last game or two, but Danso, for me, is a real solid defender. And he's a bit old school, but I always just feel a little bit more comfortable when Danso's on the pitch. Are you the same?
I am. I think there's a little bit... He makes everything a little bit more comfortable. With Draxon... Look, I like Draxon, but there's always a mistake in them. And there's never really a mistake in Danso, and I think he's an old school centre back, which is good. And I think if he is playing the back three, I think that's the best back three you could pick. It is a back three from the BBC website. It's gone for a 3-4-3. He's gone with Danso on the right, Van de Ven on the left, Romero in the centre, and Porro and Spencer's the wing backs. So yeah, and he's gone with Tell on the left. He's putting Richie on the right and Tell on the left and Solanke up front on his own. So it's very interesting how it's set up, but I'm glad he's picked Danso today. Danso's the type of player today that you need players that are going to be steady, are going to be go out there and not, this doesn't bother me. And, Dragerson might make a mistake. I don't think Danso would. Sorry for the long-winded answer, but yeah, I really like Danso, and I always said he does bring that bit of calmness in the back three or a back four when he's there.
Yeah, I'm wondering, I mean, looking at it, I'm just thinking out loud, really, Jimbo. Obviously, with the team, he's got Udogie on the bench, which kind of surprises me. I really like Udogie, but then again, he nearly got another injury the other day. Something happened. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I thought he was injured again. But it would have been quite easy for him to play a back four today. But do you think he's done it like this so he could change it? Like we could start with the 3 and maybe bring in Udogie at some point and change it to a 4 to try and confuse Forest? Or do you think he's done a 3-4-3 because he wants to sort of go all at it? I mean, I don't know what his reason is behind it. I'm just wondering what anyone else thinks. Because like I say, I'm thinking out loud.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't got a clue, Kate. Honestly, I don't know what goes through these managers' heads nowadays. For me, I think they overcomplicate things sometimes. But I'm glad Danso's in, and I did say to you, didn't I, when we was talking on our own, here it'd be Danso, Romero, and Van der Ven. I said to you, them 3 are big. Well, I think they're going to go all out for it. I don't think they're going to sit back. Someone in the chat, Twisted, asked me my thoughts on how will we go out to win or will we go out not to lose. I think we'll go out to win. I think we'll go all out to win and start fast, you know. And to me, that's the way to go in the Premier League, especially at home. You know, I think you need to go out to win it. And when you do that, I think you have more joy than sitting back and trying to get them on the counter and be safe.
Yeah, I mean, Dermot, do you agree? I mean, it is, as much as obviously we all want to sit here and win, it is a game we just can't lose. So do you see us sort of sitting back the first half, maybe soaking up a bit of pressure or going out like we did at Atletico and just going full swing from minute 1?
I think it's going to be the latter. I think we might sit back and soak up a bit of pressure and then go from the counter. But I wanted to go out like we did against Atletico and swing up from minute 1. Just go and give it a go. Play 100%, 100 miles an hour, and just go for it. Sitting back and just letting Forest sort of give Forest the pressure, I think is a very dangerous game to play, because you can then, mistakes might happen. You might lose a bit of confidence. The crowd might get a little bit impatient if Forest have more to play. It's our place. It's our home. We've got to come out. This is our fortress. You're coming to our house. We're not letting you.
It's not our fortress, Dermot. Not yet.
No, but it needs to start being our fortress.
Well,
yeah, it does. But I mean, it's our home. I mean, we can't let them dictate what we do at our place, and we've got to go out there and dictate it. But knowing how Tottenham have been I just have this feeling we're going to start off counter-attack, let them have the ball, and then pick them off. I think it's a dangerous game to play. Go out there, play as you want to play attacking football, go for it, and then you keep the fans on side. You would keep the fans supporting you, and then that give the players more confidence. But if we don't start great and the fans sort of start getting a little bit uneasy, then it could all go tits up. So we've got to go out there 100%, go for it. Just go for it from minute 1.
Just for anyone just joining us, this is a team. I know it's difficult to see. I've tried making it bigger, but it ain't worked. But it's Vicario in goal. We've got Danso, Romero, and Van der Ven, 3 at the back. Then we've got Gray, Porro, Spence, and Sarr, sorry, and then Tell, Richarlison and Solanke up front. So hopefully you understood what I was saying there. If I read it out in the Tottenham order, it's just Vicario, Danso, Richarlison, Tell, Gray, Romero, Solanke, Porro, Spence, Sarr, and Van der Ven. And the bench, for those of you asking, is Kinski, Dragushin, Paulinia, Xavi, Udogie, Bergval, Gallagher, Souza, and Kolo Muani. I mean, we've been a lot of talk about Xavi, Jimbo, but it's nice to have Bergval back on the bench. You know,
yeah, of course it is. Kate, it's just nice to see a bench that we can make 5 changes and make 5 good changes. You know, but look, Romero's got to be smart today because they're going to target him. They're going to target him to try and wind him up. You know,
that's what I'd do.
He's got to be smart today and keep his head down and just do his job, which we know he can do. You know, I mean, when you look at him, when you think of the final against Man United, he was just absolutely phenomenal that game, and he didn't look like in any way whatsoever that he was going to get in any sort of trouble, and that's how he needs to play today.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I was thinking, I'm trying to mull it over in my head how I see it going. Do you think he's put Sarr in there, Dermot, because he's got the pace to run forward as well? I mean, as someone said in the chat, most games are won in midfield, and I think it's going to be the same today. And I think, although I love Xavi, like I said, I don't know if he's physical enough to start. I think he's going to do better coming off the bench. Do you think that's why he's gone with Sarr particularly?
I think so, yeah, because if you look at the game against, I mean, him and Archie Gray played so well together, and what worked well, Archie Gray just sat there sort of thing and just modelled at some points in front of the back four, let Sarr have a sort of a free run, and he can play as an 8, he can play as a 10, so we have seen him playing them 2 positions. And Sarr was all over the place as well the other night. I think that went unnoticed how well Sarr played against Atletico Madrid, and how many interceptions he made, and how many sort of he was up there with attack and he was back in defense. So I think Chu just thought, why break that up? Why? But they've got an understanding with one another. And I like Sarr. Sarr's always energetic, and Sarr's got a lot of energy. And yes, he has had dips this season where he's went missing for one reason or another. But I think you want 2 runners in your midfield. There's your 2, Gray and Sarr.
Yeah.
And Sarr would.
I was going to say to you, the thing is with football, right? It's like if your team's playing well, right, the majority of your team playing well, it'll pick the rest of them up. You see what I'm saying? So if we're playing some flowing football, people like Sarr will get into the game and play well. It's when we're playing bad that people like Sarr disappear. You know, so if the whole team is it kicks in and starts playing some decent football like we did the other day, people like Sarr will stand up and be counted. You know,
and
do you understand what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying, and you're right. I mean, I see Xavi as your luxury player, but Sarr's your engine. Gray and Sarr are the 2 engine players. They're the ones that gets the fluid around the engine, and then you've got Xavi as your luxury sort of accessory, like a bit of aircon or whatever. Well, the people that get the car running is Sarr and Gray, and you need them in there, and they're players that go in there and they do their job. They just give it their all. And I always go back to Roy Keane as well. Being a big Irish fan, Roy Keane for us back in the day, he was like that. He was the engine room. He would run up and down that pitch like all day long. And I think Sarr can do the same thing, and so can Archie Gray. And I think it's great to have them players in there. But as I say, bring on Xavi with an hour to go or half an hour to go, and let him. And when the other players are a bit tired out, let him have his fun. But today's important, and that's why I think he's gone with Sarr and Gray, because he knows the importance of today. If we had nothing to play for, and it was just a nothing game, then play Xavi. But today's important, and that's why I think he's gone with Gray and Sarr. Sorry.
And I think as well to have Gallagher on the bench, because we all know one thing about Gallagher is he's got experience, he's a leader, and he's another one who his work rate is off the charts. And basically, if we can get a lead, he's the sort you want to solidify the sort of keepers in front. And so to have that option. And then, of course, someone just said in the chat, we've got the likes of Kudus and Bentancur, hopefully, should be back after the international break. So, I mean, Derm, things are looking up. I mean, it's been a very torrid last few weeks, but things are looking up.
Yeah, we are looking up. We're going to be fine. We ain't going down. We've got players coming back. I can't wait to get Kudus back. I've never thought I'd miss a player as much as I miss Kudus. And Bentancur as well is coming back. So, look, we're going to have lots of options after the international break. And it's all about, it's like we're getting new signings. There's a bit of optimism around the club now, and it's great. And I think we're going to be fine. We're not going down. And I think we can all relax a little bit. But today is vital. We need a win today. Yeah. And I said to you at the very start, I'm nervous. It's a nervous excitement because I know we're going to win, but I'm nervous in case we don't. And that's the thing. But I just want 3 points today.
Nerves are good. They show you care. That's what I was always told. What was you going to say, Jimbo?
No, I don't feel we're safe. You know, I think a win today is going to massively take my nerves away a bit. I think if we can get that 4-point gap again, I think we're and obviously how they play. You know, I mean, we need to get the win no matter what. But I would love to see them play some really good football, like we did the other day, and get a good win, and that will really fill me with confidence. You know?
The thing is, as well, the fact we've got like an international break to come away from here. Say the worst happened and we lost, they've got to stew over that for the next 2-3 weeks, whatever it is. Whereas when you come away with the win and you've got a break, which I've got to be honest, if you look at the stats, the games before international breaks, we haven't won one. So I don't know how long it is.
Oh yeah, we did. I think we did win one not long ago, Kate. We broke that hoodoo a little while ago.
But even so,
go on.
No, I was going to say, even so, it's far easier to you know, it's much nicer if you've got a win and then you've got an international break than obviously sitting there stewing. Nerves will start building for the next game after the international break, which I can't actually remember who it is. It's not Chelsea, is it? It's
Sunderland away, I think.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It's Sunderland away, which again, not that there is any easy games in the Premier League, but that's definitely not an easy game. I mean, they're drawing at the minute with Newcastle.
Yeah, it's a good game though. I've got it on here. It's a good game.
Well, they've started the build up on Spurs play as well, I think, for the game. But look, I think, like I say, it's a game we all want to win, but it's a game we just cannot lose. Leeds are drawing a lot of games, and in one respect, you could look at where they're getting a point each time. But if we start winning games or West Ham start winning continuously, Leeds are going to find themselves pulled into that battle, because these 1 points are good, but not when the people around you are getting threes. So it's quite an open bottom. I mean, Dermot, it's still quite open at the bottom. Obviously, we can find ourselves in real trouble, but Leeds aren't out of it yet, are they?
No, it's really tight down there. I think it's out of the last drop. I think Burnley are down after their result yesterday, and I watched that Burnley game, and I saw the fight go out of them when Fulham sort of got that winner, and it's they're down. So it's down to that last place. And do you know what? I think Forest are going down. I think West Ham will be all right. I think Leeds will get out of it. I know Stacey and Jess will be glad to hear that. But yeah, I think Leeds will, and we'd be fine. I think it'd be Forest going down. And so I'm going to start as I end. I think that'd be great because they fucking deserve it.
Yeah,
moaning bunch of.
I don't care who goes down as long as it's not us.
It's not going to be us, Jim.
Yeah, I think if I had to, I mean, I saw someone yesterday who said they're absolutely convinced it'll be Leeds that goes down out of the bottom four. But I think if I had to put money, I think West Ham look quite organised and are playing some nice football. But I just feel like Forest, if it's not us, I think it's Forest. And I've got to put if it's not us, because this game is so pivotal. If we were sitting here after a win, I'd be going, yes, it's Forest. But I would like to see Wolfie's face. Sorry, Wolfie, but he does give Tottenham some sticks, so it'd be quite funny if it's Forest that go down.
I just find that fella really funny, Wolfie. I do. I've never met him, but I've watched them. I do watch them sometimes after Forest games when they've lost, and he just is hilariously funny when he's ranting and saying he'd rather have Ange back. Than I'm thinking, Jesus, you must be.
I agree with this comment.
What?
From Paul. What Paul just put.
If karma exists, always go down.
Yeah, exactly, Paul. Exactly.
And you know what? I used to know a lot of Forest fans years and years ago, and I really got on with a lot of them. But I can't stand their owner. I can't stand him. And I think it'd be justice that what he deserves. I'm not saying their players deserve it. I'm not saying their fans deserve it, but I think he deserves it to go down.
I only streamed with Wolfie once, and it was when Tottenham had lost and Nottingham Forest had won, so it was tough. But go on, Dan.
I'm not praising their chairman, right? The owner. But it's very rare you have an owner that fights for the football club as much as he does.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I have to give him that credit. He does fight for Nottingham Forest. He does fight. He does. I know he can be erratic, and I think some of the Forest fans that I know are a little bit frustrated with him being erratic. But he does fight for us. He's a bit like when Alan Sugar fought for us in the 90s when we got the points deduction and banned from the FA Cup. Alan Sugar fought for us. He went in, right, I'm not accepting this. I'm going to prove, I'm going to fight for you fans. He does do a bit of that. And I think that's why the Forest fans do give him a little bit of credit or a little bit of leeway. I do agree he's as mad as a brush. Yeah, and an absolute head case. And if he was our own, I'd be pulling my hair out. I'd be bald now. I wouldn't be grey. I'd be totally bald. But, I think sometimes when you fight for when you see your chairman fighting for your football club, I think that also plays into it as well. But yeah, Forest are still going down. Sorry.
It is coming to that time where we need your score predictions and goal scorers as well, please. Bobby Boys come straight in and said, come on, you Spurs, you've got this 3-1. Bradley said, get ready, this match will be close, predicting 2-1 with 10 minutes to go. Is that 2-1 with 10 minutes or 1-1 and then with 10 minutes we make it 2-1? Van Dam Mijam, I love that name, is saying today we win 3-1. Come on, you Spurs. I think that's the most popular scoreline that I've heard, actually. Tottenham 3, Forest nil, says football 1-2-3. Big up Shem as well for being a member for 24 months and Steve D for being a member for 28 months. You're absolute legends. 2-1 with Charleston and Van der Ven, says Spurs Gamer. 2-0 Richie and Cutie. Pete Chambers says 1-1 or 4-1 Forest with a Porro red card. Oh, don't even say it. Yeah, big turnout, 15,000 or so outside the ground, which is always good to see. 4-2 Spurs, I'm feeling good. 2-0 Gray and Romero. Win 2-0 with Charleston and Richie and Richie. 3-0 Richie Solanke, 1 with a double. 2-1 Forest. Xavi gets 1 back in the second half. Oh no. 2-2 2-0 Richie and Cutie. I think I've done that one. 3-2 Spurs. 3-1 2-0 Simon Richie. 3-1 easy win today, says Twisted. Let the mood make it 5-0. Listen, I've had a premonition all week. Right? I don't know why, and I don't know where it's come from, that Aston Villa are going to beat West Ham 3-2 and Tottenham are going to beat Forest 3-2. I don't know why, but I've thought it all week and I haven't moved away from it. So I'm going for Tottenham 3, Forest 2, and I'm going to go for Richie to get 2 and for Romero to get the other one. I don't know who scores for them. But yeah, I'd probably be 0-0 now I've said that. But I don't know why. I've just had it all week. I've been saying 3-2. We'll go 2-0 down and come back and win 3-2. Oh, my God, can you imagine? Romero gets a red card in 25 minutes. We are Spurs TV. You are full of the joys of spring, aren't you? Deary me. Go and give your head a wobble.
He's a happy lad. He's a happy lad.
Dear Lord. Chris Peters as well. I hope you're feeling better. I forgot to ask. But Dermatron, what are you thinking is going to be the score today and who's going to score the goals?
I'm going to give We Are Spurs TV something else to moan about. Not the We Are Spurs TV, but that Spurs We Are Spurs TV. I'm going for a 4-0 Spurs win. I'm going for Richie with 2. I'm going Romero with 1. And then I'm going with Archie Gray with an absolute banger. So I'm going for a 4-0 Spurs win. 2-0 at halftime. Another 2-0 in the second half. Tottenham stay up. Nottingham Forest go down. Everyone's right in the world. And Jim's book will be coming out in the summer. And it is going to be called I Told You So. The life and times of Jim in the 25-26 season. And Ireland are going to qualify for the World Cup as well because we've got playoffs next week and we're going to beat them as well. So Tottenham win, Ireland qualify for the World Cup, and Jim sent out his book. All good in Spurs, wasn't it?
And spring's coming. I mean, reasons to be cheerful. I love that. Exactly. Jane Ketley says 3-1 Spurs, 4-2 to Spurs, says Atsum Man. Vin says 2-1 Spurs, Richie and Gibbs White own goal. Big up Nick. Lazy 8 says 4-2. Malcolm says 4-2. Wow. 3-1 to the mighty Spurs. Come on, you Spurs, says Giant. BK says classic Porro cross to Dom to header at the back post for the win. I like it. Jimbo, what are you fancying for the match today?
I think it's going to be 3-0 or 3-1. I can't make my mind up if we can keep a clean sheet today. But I just want to say that if I get this right, that'll be 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it'll also be 2 out of 30 odd games.
I believe in you, Jim.
I think if you look on the sheet, I've got more than 1 Spurs right this season.
I don't think you have.
Probably not, but I can feel the 2 in a row coming along. So I'm gonna edge my bets. I'm 3-0, 3-1. I'm not sure.
No, you've said 3-1 in the predictions league, so I think you should stick.
I'll go with 3-1. Right, but I've got a feeling today. I've just got a feeling we could keep a clean sheet today.
Who scores for us?
I'm gonna go Solanke 1 and Richie 2.
I like it. Yes, I do tend to have a little ring into TalkSport. I don't know when you heard me, but yeah. I wish you lot would stop encouraging Jimbo. You're only as good as your last call. Listen,
thank you.
He gets it wrong all the time.
That's why his book's called I Told You So. That's why he's named that. That's why he's named his book. I told you so.
107 shots, 1 goal, Forest. Clean sheet should be doable. Shawnee's just texted me and said there was 15 to 20,000. It's been absolutely insane outside the stadium. So I'm absolutely delighted at the turnout that's been there. I feel proud and, over the moon that people have turned out. Andrew says, thanks, guys. Nice. Really helped my spirits today. Means more than you know. Well, I'm glad we've lifted your spirits. That is the whole purpose of the channel. It's been a tough few weeks. But
is Andrew in here or is he in our channel?
I'm not sure. I think he's in here.
Well, he should come over to our channel when we stream because we're going to lift your spirits every day.
And Dermatron. We're all quite positive. We're not all quite positive. We're positive channels because you know what? Life is really crap. So don't let football get you down as well. It really isn't worth it. And that is why I believe there's such huge numbers. People will cry and moan and say the fans are a disgrace and pathetic and we get what we deserve. But you know what? At the end of the day, football's escapism. So I'm all for being positive and not being negative. So Dermatron, what's going on over at THFC till we die?
Madness. Pure madness. What's coming over on the channel? Right, okay. We've got the watch along today. I know everyone will be watching here, but if one or two of you like to keep me on your other monitor, do join the most delusional Spurs fan around, apart from Jim. Jim's taught me the ways. Jim was like the Jedi Master I always wanted. He's a bit like Obi-Wan. I mean, look about this Luke Skywalker. He's taught me the ways of the delusional. But yeah, we've got pre-match, post-match. We've got a show coming up in the international break with Nick, who's an Arsenal fan, coming on talking about our fixtures. He's a good lad. He comes on and helps us quite a lot. And then also Ireland Till We Die, which is my new Ireland channel. We are covering all things Ireland with their World Cup playoffs. And also I've started the gaming channel as well. And I'm doing Football Manager for the first time ever, guiding Tottenham to glory. So I am very busy at the moment, but I always have these guys on me on the monitor every day when they're on, when I'm working. I have them on. Do get over to the guys above. They do a great channel. They really do. Lovely people as well. But come on, I'm nearly at 3K. I'm 400 away from 3K. Get me there, please.
There you go.
I'll give each one of you a $5. If you come over, there's a $5 in it for you.
Well, we got 300.
I wouldn't be saying that. People will be subbing saying, "Where's my $5?" I'm going to unsub and resub again.
We've got 50 watching on our channel, 364 watching on We Are Tottenham TV. So make sure you get over to Dermot and give him a subscribe. You can also find Jimbo and I over on Kate and Jimbo. Haven't been doing a lot of streaming because I've not been well, but we will be back very, very soon. Obviously, it's quiet during the.
Hopefully Monday we'll be back, won't we?
You've got we will. We'll do a show Monday reflecting on today's game, hopefully celebrating. I forgot what I was going to say now, Jimbo. You've done it to me again.
Sorry.
But yeah, international break's always a bit quieter. But yeah, daytime shows, 12:30. But that's Dermot's gaming channel as well. Old boys do gaming. So there we go. Look, a lot of people don't like the lineup. A lot of people moaning about Xavi, but let's wait and see. I trust that this guy knows what he's doing. Main thing is everyone get behind the team. We can get out of this. There's still hope. Why is Dermot laughing? What's he saying?
Because it's twisted. I subscribed 10 times. You owe me 50 quid.
Do you accept weekly payments? 250 a week.
Yeah, make sure you all like the video. Make sure you subscribe to us and to Dermot. Enjoy the game. Like I said, do not let football get you down. Life is tough enough as it is. And don't let anyone tell you you're not a proper fan or you support them the wrong way, because you know what? You support them any way you want. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Cheer on the lads. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you fucking Spurs.
Come on, Chirpy the mascot.